grade 7 learners, have a nice day. Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'll be discussing to you about multiplication and division of integers. This is lesson 4 and 5 for week 3 in the first quarter. Okay, let's begin with familiarizing the symbols for multiplication. In your elementary, you used to have x as a symbol for multiplication, this one, but we can also make use of dot or parentheses. For high school, we seldom use x as a symbol for multiplication since we are dealing with algebra and x is already used as a variable, so most of the time we will be using dot or parentheses. So if we have 2 times 3 equals 6, this can be written as 2 times 3 using parentheses, or it can also be written in this way using dot. Now, just be careful if you will be using parentheses. How will you know if it is being used as symbol for multiplication? The answer is if there is no operation placed between the two integers. So for example, in here, if we're going to have a plus, a minus, or a division symbol, the parenthesis is not used as multiplication. But if there is no operation in between the two, then that is used as a symbol for multiplication. Okay, another thing, be careful also in using dot or bullet because sometimes when it is not placed correctly, it can be considered as decimal point. So it should be placed midway the two numbers. Okay? Now, if we have here 2 times 3 equals 6, 2 is what we called as multiplicand, the number to be multiplied, while 3 is what we called as multiplier, the number with which we multiply, while 6, which is the answer, is what we called as the product. 2 and 3 are also called factors. When we talk about factors, they are numbers that when multiplied together will give a product of 6. Now, let's begin with the rule in multiplying integers. When you multiply two integers with same sign, remember, same sign, the product is positive. So remember this, same sign, positive. So positive times positive, the answer is positive. Or negative times negative, the sign of our product is positive. Another rule, when you multiply two integers with different signs, the product is negative. Remember, different signs, negative. So positive times negative, that is equal to negative. Or negative times positive, that is equal to negative. I want you to remember also this one. Any number multiplied by 0 gives a product of 0. Say for example, you have 0 times 5. Of course, the answer is equal to 0. Or negative 5 times 0, the answer is equal to 0. Now, let's begin with finding the product of integers with same signs. Remember, same signs or like sign, the sign of the product is always positive. 8 times 2. We have to multiply the two integers like multiplying whole numbers. So 8 times 2, of course, the answer is 16. The two integers have same sign, which is positive. That is why our answer here is positive. Next, 7 times 3, that is equal to 21. And since the two integers have the same sign, which is positive, that is why our answer here is positive 21. Next, negative 6 times negative 8. Same sign, the sign is positive. Multiply 6 times 8. The answer is 48. Next, negative 9 times negative 6. Same sign. The product will always be positive. Multiply 9 times 6 is 54. So the sign is positive 54. Now let's have example of integers with different signs. Remember, different signs is negative. Negative 9 times 2, different sign, that is negative. Multiply 9 times 2, that is equal to 18. Do not forget that the sign is negative because they have different signs. Number 2, 7 times negative 3, different signs. So the sign is negative. Multiply 7 times 3, so we have 21. So our answer is negative 21. Number 3, 6 times negative 8, different signs. The sign is negative. Multiply 6 times 8, so we have 48. So our answer is negative 48. Number 4, negative 9 times 6, different signs, so we have negative 54. Just multiply 9 and 6. Now, let's have an example of finding the product of integer with more than 2. Okay? Now, please be guided with this. Odd number of negative integers is equal to negative. Even number of negative integers, that is equal to positive. So meaning to say, we will just count how many integers that are negative. Okay? If the number of negative integers is odd, then the sign is negative. And if the number of negative integers is even, the sign is positive. Example number 1. 3 times negative 2 times 4. So we'll just multiply 3 times 2. That is 6. 6 times 4 is 24. Why we have here negative sign? Now, we will count how many negative integer do we have. Okay, we only have 1. And 1 is an odd number. That is why the sign of our product is negative. So we have here negative 24. Next, negative 2 times 4 times negative 1. Okay, our product is 8. So why we have 8? So multiply 2 times 4 is 8 times 1, that is equal to 8. Now let's count how many negative integers so we have. So we have 1, 2. Okay, 2 is even number. So that is why in our answer, we have a positive sign. Next example. Negative 1 times 6 times negative 1 times negative 3. Our product is negative 18. Why we have this product? Okay, let's begin. 1 times 6 is 6. 6 times 1 is 6. 6 times 3 is 18. Now let's count the negative integers. So we have 1, 2, and 3. 3 is an odd integer. When we talk of odd integer, meaning to say they are not divisible by 2. On the other hand, when we are talking about even integer, they are divisible by 2. Another example. Negative 1 times negative 2 times 1 times negative 3 times 2 times negative 2. Our answer is 24. Okay, just multiply. So 1 times 2, that is equal to 2. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 3 is 6. 6 times 2 is 12. And 12 times 2 is 24. Now let's count how many negative integers. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 is an even number. So therefore, the sign of our product is positive. Okay? Remember, odd number integer, the sign is negative, while even number of negative integer, the sign is positive. Now let's begin with division. For division of integers, let's familiarize first about quotient. So of course, quotient, the answer when we divide. Dividend, the number being divided. Divisor, the number being divided into something. So if we have here 20 divided by 4 equals 5, 20 is the dividend, 4 is the divisor, while 5 is the quotient. For division, we are using division symbol, this one. Okay, for long division, we are using also this symbol. This is the long division symbol. And sometimes we are also using this bar, fraction bar, but they are just the same. Now let's have the rule in dividing integers. This is similar with multiplication of integers. The only difference is in multiplication, of course, we're going to multiply, but in dividing integers, we have to divide. But when it comes to the ruling with regards to the sign, they are the same. First, when the two integers with the same sign are divided, the quotient is always positive. So remember, same sign, positive. So positive divided by positive, that is equal to positive. Negative divided by negative, the quotient is positive. Next rule. When two integers with different signs are divided, the quotient is always negative. So positive divided by negative, that is equal to negative. Or negative divided by positive, that is equal to negative. Remember also this one, 0 divided by any number is 0, while any number divided by 0 is undefined. Example, if we have 0 divided by 5, of course, the answer is 0. But once we have 5 divided by 0, the quotient is undefined. This is a symbol for undefined. Okay, it cannot be defined in the set of real numbers. Now let's have the example. First, finding the quotient of integers with same signs. Remember, same signs is positive. So this is just like dividing whole numbers. 12 divided by 3, of course, we have 4. Same sign, so positive. Next, negative 18 divided by negative 2. Same sign, so positive. So 18 divided by 2, that is equal to 9. Number 3, negative 42 divided by negative 7. Same sign, positive. And of course, once we divide 42 by 7, the answer is 6. Number 4, negative 50 divided by negative 5. Same sign. The quotient is positive. And of course, 50 divided by 5, that is equal to 10. Next, different signs, remember, negative. So, 15 divided by 5, that is 3. Since they have different signs, our quotient is always have a negative sign. Next, 14 divided by negative 2, different sign, so we have negative 7. Next, negative 35 divided by 7, different sign, so we have negative 5. Lastly, 48 divided by negative 6, different signs, the quotient is negative 8. Okay, hopefully you learn for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please like or comment if you have questions regarding the video. Kindly share to other students for them to learn and master the lesson. And please subscribe to be updated for more math lesson videos and turn on the bell for notifications. Before I end, let me share to you one of the verses from the Bible. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the strength of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? Psalms 27 verse 1. That's all for today, and God bless you all.